Supercross fans, it's time to overreact. Philadelphia, way to go, Philadelphia. You came in clutch with a good track. You had good dirt, delivered maybe the best 250 main event of the entire season. At least that's how it feels to me with everything that was on the line. You got James Stewart on the broadcast making fun of his brother, saying he ran out of talent. We got Spanish in the LCQs. You got Hayden Deegan wearing his own gear while the rest of the teammates wear blue. Really cool night in Philadelphia, and I gotta say right now, Max Anstie and Jett Lawrence get the win, and gotta feel good about that because you guys stayed out of a lot of kabooms. There was madness and chaos everywhere, and those two avoided it. They got the wins in not super dramatic fashion. There was a lot going on in Philadelphia. We're gonna break it down right here. It's time to overreact, baby. Let's do this. All right, up first was the 450 heat races. I'm just gonna say it. I like the 450s first. I like them first, and I like them last. It's a better show when the 450s go first, and maybe that's not your opinion, but that is my opinion. I feel very strong about that opinion. I like the 450s first, especially on a big day like today with so much on the line. I wanna see Jett Lawrence and Cooper Webb first, and I got that. And unfortunately for Jett Lawrence, he had maybe the worst start of his entire season. Bro, the pressure's on, it's the big moment, and you butchered that start. And then you end up going down in the first corner. You're way in the back in the chaos and the madness. Bro, you should be scared for your life. It was obvious that you were, and you should be because it's crazy back there. Thinking of like Indiana Jones when they drop him into the pit with all the snakes, how scared Indy is, like he won't move, he's just frozen. That was Jett in heat race number 1 of the 450s. He was scared for his life, but he does get back to 4th, which was good. That saved his gate pick for the main event. That was critical for him to make those moves, but God, he took forever to get going. Eli Tomac gets the win. Cooper Webb finishes in 2nd, so good gate picks for them. Decent gate pick for Jett Lawrence. Next comes 450 heat race number 2, and it's Ombre and Hunter. And look, I am weak, okay? I come from arena cross, where hitting and smashing and running into each other is just kind of what you do there, and I'm numb to it, and I kind of like it. And I was wanting Hunter to go in there and maybe give Jason a little something. Because, you know, Jason gave him a little something last week, so you just give him a little something back. I mean, that's how it works, right? So it didn't happen. They both rode really well, and I got to give a shout out to Jason Anderson, too. It is late in the championship, and some guys late in the championship just kind of coast it off, maybe start getting ready for outdoors. But here's Jason, all loose character, all your laid-back dude, whatever, and there he is, winning heats, getting on the podium, crushing it late in the championship, and that is high character to me. So mad respect to Jason Anderson and a great heat race win. 250 heat racing was awesome too. It was Seth Hammaker who got out front early, and let's just say Seth was on the edge all day long. I mean, he was riding for Grandpa, right? Grandpa's there. He's never been to a race. He's an Eastern PA, Philly-ish guy. Of course, he's gonna rise to the occasion. He got great starts. He rode his heart out all night long, and in that heat race, it all came together, and he had Hayden Deegan right there in the shadows, and he holds on. Big emotional heat race win for a guy who is a free agent. He is in his contract year right now. You ride like that for Grandpa, you're gonna get a deal, bro. Like, no question, Seth Hammaker's gonna get a deal. Don't get all weirded out like, oh, is he gonna get a ride? Are you kidding me? Bidding war coming. Seth Hammaker is awesome. Heat race number 2 is pretty rad too, especially if you're Cody with the T-Shock. Way to hang in there with Tom Vialle and not just like let the guy have it. I mean, I know he's the points leader and he's, you know, he's in championship mode and you're not, but way to hang in there and pass back and fight and just grind it out. And I'll tell you what, if you go back a couple months and you said that Tom Vialle would be your points leader with 2 to go and that Cody Shock would be having the season that he's had with the collarbone and rides like this, you would say that person's crazy for predicting that, but here we are, and that was fun to watch. So shout out Cody for just not, I guess, just giving it to him. I mean, don't give it to anybody, no matter what. And I like that from Cody Shock. But it is Jalek Swoll who gets the win. And look, Jalek is low-key kind of badass, right? I mean, he had the big Mount Morris win a couple years ago. He has this heat race win, but you're always wondering, like, what's the deal with this guy? He's really hard to analyze. And the truth is he's actually been hurt a lot in weird times. It's like round 1 gets him all the time. So you haven't had a chance to really see what he can do. And he's a great starter and, yeah, a low-key badass who gets results here and there, and that one was a big one. Good ride, Jalek Swoll. All right, 250 main is on the gate, and I'm so fired up, man. This is it, right? You got Deegan, you got Vialle. They're on the other side of the box. There's that cool shot of them together, and then the gate goes down, and my eyes were glued to them, and they both sucked so bad on their start. Like, guys, like, one of you could have pulled that thing and made your whole life so easy, but neither one of you did, which was good for all of us, right? It's better to have them together in the back, coming through the pack together, than have one or the other out front, and probably nothing cool happens if that happens. So I'm glad they both sucked on their starts. But it's Seth Hammaker, again, the hometown boy, riding for his life out front. You got Tom Vialle making his way through the pack. He actually passed Deegan early on that main event and then made his way by Nick Romano and Cody Schock, and then, of course, made the pass on Daxton Bennick. And he is just navigating his way through all these blue bikes. That's Hayden Deegan's help right there, and they weren't there to help him. Tom got right through them, no issue, as did Hayden Deegan, and they just follow each other through the pack all the way to the front. Pretty cool exchange, though, right? Like, Tom's there, and then Deegan all of a sudden is catching him, and you're like, uh-oh. And then Tom kind of pulls away. Like, a lot of cat and mouth back and forth, which was awesome for me, man. I was thinking something was going to happen at all times, but nothing did. Then the camera goes back to the front, and you have Seth Hammaker getting absolutely loose over the finish line jump, playing defense. Then you got Max Anstie coming up the inside, and I got to give it to Seth. Hang in there, buddy, because that was a Max Anstie pass. That was a pass. He says, no, like, I'm not giving it to you yet. And then Max Anstie says, no, this will be the pass in, and cuts down, makes the move, and then he was gone away from the madness. Good ride, Max Anstie, and a great exchange right there. Great back and forth to make the pass, get the lead right there, and good defense by Seth. You're trying your best, but Max was just better. He was just better than you in this main event. So then the next thing you know, there's 6 guys within 4 seconds, and the whole thing's tightening up. Here comes Vialle and Deegan, and now what's in front of them? You got Swole and Hammaker and Pierce Brown, and that's a kaboom, kaboom, kaboom waiting, and of course that's what happened. Next thing you know, there's the kaboom with Jalek Swole and Seth Hammaker. They're down in the sand, and yes, that was Jalek's fault. I understand why he took the chance. He wanted it. He was feeling it. He's seeing Max Anstie. He's thinking, I can still get to that guy too. So he took the gamble, and yeah, it was a bad gamble. And he took them both out, and he is at fault for sure. That's why Seth was pissed after the race. He should be too, but I respect it. You're making a move. He wanted it. Jalek went for it. Took the gamble. It just didn't work this time. Then you got Pierce Brown off the finish line jump, like acrobatic crash. I mean, everything just went kind of crazy, and the next thing you know, it's Tom Vialle and Hayden Deegan, second and third, and I'm like, all right, well, here we go. It's one-on-one. Like, danger. This is your shot. Like, you got the guy where you want him. Do something with it. But unfortunately, he just didn't have enough. He didn't have that extra. They were so evenly matched. So nothing was really there for Hayden Deegan. He didn't even have a real chance at doing anything because Tom was incredible. I mean, let's be honest. The guy was clutch when he needed to be. He made it through all the blue bikes, held off Hayden Deegan, avoided all the chaos, and extended his points lead. Tom, you can't take anything away from the guy, but I also got to say for Hayden Deegan, his help evaporated at the very end of that main event. Think about it. If you're him and you and Tom are coming up into a hurricane of guys, and then they all just kind of disperse around you, and then you don't even get them to interfere at all. I mean, if you're Deegan and you're 13 down, that's what you're hoping. You need some help. Your blue bikes didn't help you. The crazies up in the top 5 didn't help you. You had the guy one-on-one, and you just couldn't beat him. But I got to give my respect to both, man. That was a hard-fought battle from 2 dudes who wanted it so bad. I like the respect after the race, too. You see them do a little knuckle bump because you know what? If you're Hayden Deegan and you don't like Tom Vialle and he's your rival and whatever, I still think Hayden Deegan is a true core moto dude that can respect a competitor when they put up a good fight, and it was clean and it was a good battle, and that's why he knuckle bumped him, and that's why he went on the podium and had respect in an opportunity where he could have maybe made excuses, this or that, but nah, he just took it and owned it and was very, very mature. I will tell you this, though. There is an awesome pro motocross championship coming between those two, and they're not the only two. There'll be others involved too, but those two are going to go at it all summer long. So that was just a glimpse. Shout out to Max Anstie for getting the win. Good job, buddy. And here you're going to Star Racing. If that's true, good job on that too. Get a factory ride in your 30s. It's worked before. It worked with Christian Craig. Hey, maybe it works with him next year. And Max Anstie is your 2025 champion. I'm just going to say right now, he's got real good odds. He's really, really good, and he's really smart, and he's really mature. Big upgrade coming for him. Championship contender big time next year. All right, so the gate drops for the 450 main event, and my eyes were on Jett Lawrence, as were everybody's. What are you going to do out of the gate, bro? What are you going to do out of the gate after you had a terrible start in your heat race? All the pressure's on you, and he just nailed it. It was an absolute checkmate. Great start. He doesn't have it in the first corner, so he backs up, cuts underneath, makes the same move he's made multiple times this year on these guys, and then that is it. Coolest part for Jett is you had all 4 champions behind you. You had Webb, Tomac, Anderson, Sexton. Those are the last 4 Supercross champions that sat right behind you, and you just kind of snuck away and pulled away on the night you needed it the most. And I truly believe that. This night was very important for Jett because he needed to expand that points lead, which he eventually did. So Cooper Webb, though, early in the race is in second. Eli Tomac does let him by. And did he let him by, or did Coop have it and Eli just didn't fight? I don't know. That's a 50-50 one for me. But either way, Coop's in second all alone. And I'm thinking, man, 8 points. 8 points. Man, this is going to be tough for Coop. Then the 8 turned into 10 because Chase Sexton came through like a freight train late in the race, passed Cooper Webb, made a run at Jett, just ran out of time. And you got Jason Anderson coming in like a freight train too, passes Webb in the whoops. Webb hits him and goes down in the last freaking corner. Takes 2 more points from him, so now it's at 12, and that is gonna be hard for Webb, man. That is exactly what Jett wanted to happen. That's exactly not what Cooper Webb wanted to happen. Lost a bunch of points, and now this thing's at 12 with 2 to go. And that sucks for Cooper. I got to give a little shout out to Hunter Lawrence and Justin Barsha. Thank you for the late race entertainment. It was a little stale there for a while. Then the next thing you know, you two are going at it. Hunter Lawrence, man, through the whoops. Bro, that, woo! And Justin Barsha's like, excuse me, what? Do you not know who I am? Yeah, so that was cool though. Thank you guys for that entertainment late in a race that was kind of snoozing there late. So for Philadelphia, yes, it's Max Anstie who gets the win, but this was Tom's night. Tom Vialle opens up his championship points lead, so good ride for Tom Vialle. And it's Jett Lawrence's big moment, man. He came back after that heat race and handled his business in the main event. So for the 2 foreigners, good job. And for the 2 Americans who are fighting for championships, he came up on the losing end in Philadelphia, of all places. That was Philly. The Americans got beat. Damn it.